What's up, guys? I'm a fish, and today I'm going to be continuing my Humanity Restart series. In the last video, um, Central India and South India both expanded slightly into their neighbors, and the red country took over the rest of this brown country that was right here. So now they're a lot bigger on the map than they were before. We got a few new civilizations in China, one in Korea. Um, we had a war in northern Germany that ended with the Prussians winning. And now Denmark is just Denmark and the Netherlands. Um, hmm, what else happened? I finished up. I updated the religion map, so that's something. As you see here in China, we have one, two, three, four, yeah, six new religions. One for each of the new countries over here. Now, over here in the Caucasus, the red team's religion, that is actually blue here, is starting to lose, it's starting to lose people over here in this region. But because of the little colony that was over here, made by the light blue Caucasus country, I think, the religion has expanded into Central Asia. And also, the brown country that was right here, its religion has died, as well as this country's religion. It did win the war against Bangladesh, but that unfortunately did not help its religion. And anyway, so, oh yeah, and this religion right here is huge now. It's growing very quickly. I updated that one too. This light blue, like teal kind of religion is starting to spread into Egypt, and the Egyptian religion has gone all the way to West Africa. The only religion that hasn't seen growth here, besides the ones that didn't exist, is the yellow religion here that belongs to this part of Italy. Now, remember, these two countries, they hate each other. They they really hate each other because of their conflicting religions. Except for in Switzerland, because that country's entire existence is from people from these countries that didn't want to hate the other person. So anyway, this country's religion is dying. The Turkey's religion, because of Turkey's intimidation on some of the smaller European countries, has caused their religion to grow rapidly throughout Europe. But in the Middle East, though, it's hardly moved. Anyway, why don't we get started with some of the events now, shall we? The first thing that is going to happen in Ukraine here. You see, if you look at the religion map, if you're looking at Ukraine's neighbors, here I'll even lower the opacity so you can see. The only one they only have 3 neighbors, but the only one that isn't under their religion is this country. Keep accidentally clicking on it. Is this country right here. And they want more land. And especially they want access to the Caspian Sea. So they are going to invade. Starting by sending forces down the western coastline to meet up with the Turkish border at the Caucasus Mountains, which is going to immediately go incredibly successfully as the forces begin to move inwards. Now over here in the north, forces from the Gold Country are going to begin to start their little counter invasion. And Yeah, it's I mean, it's going to go well, but it doesn't really help them that much. As the forces in the west, which hold on, let me quickly turn on cities because cities aren't on right now. Okay, they did capture a major city. I did that unintentionally. They already lost their capital, and the forces are they're just going to keep moving east. They're going to storm through that city, going to reach the end of that river, and then eventually they're going to go north and kick um, kick the Gold Country out of Ukraine. Yeah, the Gold Country is going to surrender pretty quickly, in hopes that Ukraine doesn't fully annex them in the peace treaty. Ukraine fully annexes them in the peace treaty. All right, so oh, Ukraine is big. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, they're bigger than the Red Country. Yeah, none of the countries really are actually that big. Um, anyway, let's catch up on Africa since we haven't done that in a bit. And if I turn off nations, I've updated the water map a little more. I did everything around the Congo River and the North African coast. Now, I don't really need this layer anymore, kinda, because I did find I was very helpfully given a solution by someone in Discord. Okay, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. Back to nations. So I don't really need that layer anymore. I'm gonna keep it though, because I think it looks cool. Anyway, so yeah, what was I doing? Daily Britain update. Sure, let's do that. So, here in Britain, you can see that France has cut off Gascony from the rest of Britain. So, in retaliation, they're going to invade Galicia. Now, as you may know, there's mountains. There's mountains here, so they can't really just go through them. So instead, they send ships down from the capital over here. Wait, is that where the capital is? I think that's where the capital is. Yeah. Why do I keep turning cities off? Hmm. Okay. So yeah, they send forces down, well, ships down, and make a landing in this city right here. From there, forces push towards the capital city, where they are met with the Galician army that immediately pushes them back to the city that they initially landed in. Now there are going to be little skirmishes around the city, but the occupied land really isn't going to change for a while. It is until Turkey decides to join in. Turkey immediately takes the capital city and really all of the well-developed parts of Galicia. France takes this Gascony, I mean, takes this opportunity to push towards their last remaining major city on the west coast, and yeah, Galicia is done. So let's see what this peace treaty looks like. Let's see how Galicia is carved up between Gascony and Turkey. So this is what the peace treaty looks like. As you can see, Gascony kind of got screwed over, but that's fine because they can't really do anything about it because Turkey and Turkey is strong. Also, I've realized something. Because I figured out how to make everything pixelated and not like overlap kinda, I'm gonna have to basically I'm gonna have to redo the capital city map, the major city map, the province map. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. And it's going to be very, very irritating. But luckily for you guys, that's my job, not yours. So, I'm probably going to do the province map first. Actually, I already, wait, I already started it right here, as you can see. Um, so you guys might start to see progress being made on that in the future episodes. But anyway, let's get to the next event. So not really like nothing too major. I just expanded Central Asia a bit, and there are 4 new civilizations down here. Religion-wise, they'll likely just all be split between the red team's religion and Persia's religion. Um, there probably won't be any conflicts in these brand new countries. But the red team's gonna invade somebody. Um, and that somebody is this country right here, the one that Central India finished invading last episode and took the majority of the land. The red team's just gonna come in and swoop the rest of it up pretty easily. In fact, I probably shouldn't even leave this in the video. I should probably just cut to directly after because we already know how it's gonna end up. I should probably do that. Probably should. Or definitely should, actually. This war is not interesting whatsoever. So yeah, I might do that. It's expected. The full annexation. So let's go somewhere else. I just realized that layer's not on. Alright, let's check in with China. So this is what China looks like now. As you can see, the nations that were already here expanded, as well as these northern 3 Southeast Asian nations, and this the Pink Nation and Light Blue Nation right here. They've both expanded as well. We also have this very large new purple civilization right here. And this chunk of land right here is going to be split up between China and this dark blue civilization like this. So yeah, China is already starting to get filled up very quickly. Earlier this episode, Turkey expanded into Iberia. Now what always happens when Turkey expands? Persia expands to be able to keep up. No, that didn't happen this time. Why, you may ask? That's why. And that's why. Persia is undergoing 2 regions trying to break through, trying to break free. Now, there has been instability in the areas as of recent, but the Persian government was too focused on Turkey. And these are the consequences of ignoring instability. This northern region, it broke away because of its different religion from the rest of Persia. The south broke away because of the ethnic Qatarians, is that what it would be, from the Orange Country living in this region, being unhappy with Persia. So very quickly, militias from this northern region are going to push down and capture this major city. And at the same time, more militias will capture this city and attempt to reach around for this city and successfully capture it. Down in the south, 2 major cities will be pretty much immediately captured by this region's militia forces, and then this city that is right next to the capital will fall shortly after. Now Persia, right before these 2 rebellions broke out, was preparing to invade the Red Country. So the forces are going to have to move pretty good distance to get to where the rebellions are. When the forces are passing through this city, they just decide to split up. So half of the soldiers can move down across the Persian Gulf and into this rebellion area in the United Arab Emirates. They pretty quickly, man, tolerance. They pretty quickly managed to cut it in half and begin to move in on this eastern region, which pretty quickly falls to the Persians. Meanwhile, in the north, um, uh, 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 at this point, I'm just going to stick with it. Okay, so yeah, where am I? Okay, I can't talk. Okay. Meanwhile, in the north, um, the Caucasian forces managed to capture two more major cities around Lake Urmia. One of these is Lake Van, and the other one is Lake Urmia. I think this one's Van and this one's Urmia, because I think Van is in Turkey. Meanwhile, this one is, I'm sure part of it borders Turkey, but this is like mainly Iraq and Iran. So the two forces in the north managed to meet up and push down even further south. In the southern region here, the Persian forces finally. Okay, you know what? I need to turn tolerance back up for this spot. Okay, Persian forces finally arrive. Okay, now tolerance is too high. There we go. Oh, okay, well, whatever. Persian forces finally arrive and cut this militia off from the rest of the rebellion, which they will capture. Then this part is also quickly recaptured by the Persians as some militia retreats the back into the rebellious territory. Persians will follow them until they get to this major city right here. They manage to take the city, and while south of there, forces from the east push in and capture this major city. So up in the north, things are going pretty well actually very well for the rebellion in Caucasia until Turkey attacks. Turkey's plan is while this rebellion is breaking loose, the Persian soldiers are busy fighting in the south won't be able to retake the rebellious territory in the north. So once the militias get far south, Turkey pushes in, captures the north, and claims it as theirs. And so far, this plan goes perfectly. In fact, all the way through, it goes nothing but perfectly. They manage to capture all of the rebellious territory in the north. And just as this happens, hold on, let me finish this. Just as this happens, Persian forces finally get to the north to be able to fight off the rebellious militias. Which, I mean, they're just militia. Okay, tolerance. Whatever. Yeah, the Persian forces managed to quite easily fight off the militias now that their military is here. They take back all of their major cities. I know it looks ugly. I'll fix it in the peace treaty. So yeah, this rebellion is officially defeated. While in the south, this rebellion is also pretty quickly defeated by the forces from both sides closing in on the remaining rebellious militias in the region. There's one final battle at this major city as both sides close in, and obviously the Persians win. So let's see how this plays out. The Persians tried to negotiate with Turkey over the territory. They claim that it's still rightfully theirs because the rebellion was Persia and the rebellion. Like the rebellion hadn't been given full independence in a treaty yet. I mean, it wouldn't have happened anyway. Or maybe it would have. Who knows what would have happened if Turkey hadn't intervened? Um, but Turkey is no, they're going to hold on to it. And hold on, let me get the province map back on. All right, so this leads to a territory dispute. A very big territory dispute in comparison to any other territory disputes that we've had in the past. I know there was one down here that ended up causing a war between the pink team and the orange team. Yeah, this is definitely the biggest territory dispute that we've had so far. Pretty much the entirety of Caucasia, besides this western coast here, is now disputed between Persia and Turkey. And that, I think, is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.